So guys, so this is actually where Rihanna was born. This was the house on Rihanna's Drive. So I've seen it, I've taken enough pictures of it, so all good. Hey, this is Andrew Lim inviting you to go out on a limb. Hello from my 114th country. Yes, I'm actually here in Barbados. In fact, I'm here in its capital, Bridgetown, on a Friday evening where the traffic is crazy. Let me show you. But anyways, I'm actually here right in the center of Bridgetown. In fact, I'm here in one of its popular sites, which is the National Hero Square. As you can see, these are actually signs or monuments of the national hero of Barbados. So I'm really excited to be here because I've never really, I've been to quite a few Caribbean countries or islands, but never really been to Barbados. So I decided to come here just for a long weekend, just to chill, base myself here in Bridgetown and see what I can discover. Based on what I know, this is the capital is home to about 1/3 of the people here in this country. It's a tiny country of about 300,000 people, of which about 1/3 actually live here in Bridgetown. So first impression of the city, it's really there's a lot of people. It has some colonial buildings, obviously, and also some rundown buildings. I think there's a lot of empty, derelict buildings as well, which is quite interesting. But yeah, so not surprising because this country was part of the British colony for more than 3 centuries. So it's a really interesting place. I want to see what I can find out. And of course, when it comes to Barbados, we actually know the island for its beautiful beaches. We also know the island for being the birthplace of Rihanna, obviously. This is actually where she grew up, so hopefully I get to check out her childhood neighborhood or home. So yeah, so I'm really excited. So come go on a limb with me and we will see what Barbados awaits us. Folks, before we start, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notify button for new contents that I upload weekly. Thank you. So one of the popular sites in Bridgetown is National Hero Square that used to celebrate and commemorate 10 national heroes, but recently in 2021, Rihanna was added to the list. Yes, this pop star, mega pop star, actually does a lot for the country, her native country, donating millions and millions of dollars to build hospitals for the country. So, which is an amazing act. So the National Hero Square is located across from the Independence Square, connected by the very first bridge that the Brits built when they first settled here. It was originally a wooden bridge, but now it's obviously not a wooden bridge. It's named Chamberlain Bridge. And the view here is spectacular, especially during sunset. Located in a pretty modest neighborhood in Bridgetown, you'll find a small drive that is actually not so small, that is known as Rihanna Drive. Guys, so we're officially on Rihanna's Drive, which is this little road where the house she actually was born. I don't know if she was born, but she was raised in is located. So it's just a little road, but apparently it's really popular because of the little house that she was actually raised in. There is a Rihanna's shop and eatery, and of course the house right up ahead where she was actually raised in, or where she grew up in. So Rihanna's mom had actually rented this place after leaving her dad. It's a really modest home in a modest neighborhood, but today it's really popular, and in fact for Rihanna's fans, you could actually stay here because you can rent it as an Airbnb. The owner lists it for $100 a night, which is really reasonable if you ask me. So it's really cool to see where Rihanna grew up. She definitely worked her way out of this modest neighborhood. So Callao Bay is one of the popular city beaches here in Bridgetown, and here you can actually find really one of the few beaches in Barbados that's not eroded yet. Yes, the beach is wide because most of the beaches are actually pretty narrow due to the erosion thanks to the seaweed that's been invading the country. The other beach is Rocky Beach that's really popular and it's pretty wide as well, although here you do see that really unpopular seaweed washing up ashore that has been plaguing the country since 2011. So it's called the sargassum seaweed, which is impacting the country's tourism industry, beaches being eroded, tourists not coming because of it, and also impacting the fishing industry as well. The country's flying fish has been migrating to colder waters because of this seaweed. So yeah, it's not fun. The neighborhood southeast of Bridgetown is within the city limits. It's called Hastings, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and here you find all the English colonial buildings, and it's actually worth coming here. You also find a lot of the other countries' embassy, like the Brazil's embassy or the Argentina embassy, which frankly actually looks more like a Hampton property or a Hampton shop. I know it's not the grand embassies, but this is the island style embassies perhaps. So this is the Argentinian embassy, which again very Hampton-like. Next to Hastings is a neighborhood called the Garrison, which is a really important neighborhood because this field is actually where the country declared its independence from the UK. And this actually happened on my birthday, although in a different year, in 1976. So this is definitely the neighborhood where you will find a lot of the English colonial buildings remaining here as well. The most important building here is perhaps the George Washington House. This is where former US President George Washington had stayed during his visit here in Barbados with his brother. He actually contracted smallpox here, and it was here when he was 19. This was after he cut down the cherry tree and confessed to it, and before he became one of the most important presidents of the United States. So a way to actually get around in Bridgetown and also around the island is to take these small vans that comes frequently. In fact, they actually honk at you sometimes because they don't have a set place to stop. It's really affordable. It only costs $3.50 Barbados dollars or $1.75 per ride. The other option is to either drive, take the bus, or walk. By the way, a heads up for those who want to walk here, the sidewalks are not complete on each end. Sometimes you can walk on a sidewalk and all of a sudden it just ends and you actually have to cross over to the other side to continue walking. Yes, it's kind of weird. So I wouldn't suggest staying in the center of Bridgetown when you're here, since it's a very local spot. Definitely stay southeast of Bridgetown where you'll find a lot of these nice hotels and beaches.